In this video, magbibigay lang ako ng brief introduction to infinite series. So kung matatandaan nyo yung sequence natin, we have a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, and so on for our sequence. Then kapag series na ang pinag-uusapan, we have a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 and so on. So yun yung para sa series. So ito yung pagkakaiba nila, no? So dito yung bawat terms pinaghihiwalay ng comma. So dito naman pinaghihiwalay ng plus for series. And sinusulat natin tong series natin sa other notation known as sigma notation para mas mapaikli at magamit natin sa mga formula. So halimbawa itong a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 and so on, pwede natin siyang isulat as summation of a sub n, where n is from 1 to infinity. And that is a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 and so on. Kapag in-expand natin. By the way, plus muna. Followed by ellipsis. Okay? Now, for a partial sum, so mula na rin sa word niya na partial, so eto meron siyang dulo. So ito kasi infinite series. Kapag sinabi kasi series, usually ang pinag-uusapan kagad natin doon ay infinite series. Pero kapag naman partial sum, ito naman meron siyang dulo. Okay, so ganito siya. We have summation of a sub k, k equals 1 to n. So let's say ito yon. Then we have a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 plus and so on plus a sub n. So ito yung partial sum. Okay? And it is denoted by s sub n. Okay? Now let's have the sequence of partial sums. The sequence s sub n equals s sub 1, s sub 2, s sub 3 and so on. So ano ba yung mga s na yan? So for s sub 1, that is the first term ng ating series. Then yung s sub 2, that is s sub 1, ito, plus yung second term, a sub 2. So this is equal to, yung s sub 1 natin ay a sub 1 plus a sub 2. Kukunin natin mismo yung sum niyan. Then for s sub 3, that is s sub 2 plus a sub 3. Or this is a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3. For s sub 4, that is s sub 3 plus a sub 4. Or that is ito yung s sub 3, a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 plus a sub 4. And so on up to s sub n. So this is s sub n minus 1 kung mapapansin nyo plus a sub n. Or this is equal to summation of a sub k, k equals 1 to n for our sequence of partial sum. In analysis, kapag sequence or series ang pinag-uusapan, ang main topic natin doon is about the convergence or divergence ng sequence or nung series. Okay? So, paano ba natin malalaman kung ang isang series ay nagko-converge o nagda-diverge? So, ito yung dalawang basic rule na pwede nating magamit. So, yung una, the series a sub n, n equals 1 to infinity is said to converge if and only if the sequence of partial sum converge to a real number. Okay, so dun tayo babase sa sequence of partial sum ng ating series. Okay, or in symbols, we have the series converge to S, or yung sum ng ating infinite series is S. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung limit ng convergent series, yun mismo yung tinuturing natin na sum ng infinite series na yon. Okay? So nagko-converge daw sa S if and only if kapag kinuha mo yung limit ng sequence of partial sum, then may makukuha tayong limit which is a real number S. So or ganito yung notation. Limit of the sequence of partial sum as n approaches infinity is S. Now, kapag ang series ay hindi nagko-converge, then this series diverge. Okay? Now, meron din tayong rule para makita kung nagda-diverge ba ang isang series. Doon din tayo babase sa sequence of partial sum. Kapag daw ang sequence of partial sum nagda-diverge, then it follows that the series diverge. Okay? So, etong dalawang basic rules na yan ay in terms of sequence of partial sums. Kumbaga, titignan natin yung convergence tsaka divergence ng isang series based doon sa sequence of partial sum. Okay, so let's have an example. Number 1, show that summation of n as n equals 1 to infinity diverge. So, for our proof, consider S sub n, partial sum natin, to be summation of k, where k is from 1 to n. So this is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n. Okay? So kung matatandaan nyo yan sa number theory, by mathematical induction, na-prove natin, proven na yan by mathematical induction, that S sub n, which is equal to dito 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n, is equal to n times quantity n plus 1 all over 2. Okay, so pwede nyo pa rin tignan, pwede nyo siyang i-prove by mathematical induction sa inyong algebra or sa number theory. Okay, now kunin natin yung limit nito. So kapag kinuha natin yung limit ng n plus 1 over 2 as n approaches infinity, so this is infinity. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, yung partial sum natin nagda-diverge. Kapag kinuha natin yung sequence of partial sum, magda-diverge siya. So, thus, yung S sub n diverge. So, habang lumalaki tong n na to, okay, as n approaches infinity, yung nagiging sum natin, nag-a-approach din sa infinity. Okay, or nag-i-increase din without bound. So that means, yung sequence of partial sum natin, nagda-diverge. And, mula dun sa rule na diniscuss natin kanina, ibig sabihin nun, yung series, yung given series natin na ito, diverge. Okay? So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Now let's have geometric series. Summation of a r raised to n, where n is from 0 to infinity. Show that this series converge to a over 1 minus r if the absolute value of r is less than 1. Okay, so for our proof, kumuha muna ulit tayo ng sequence of partial sum or partial sum ng series na to. Okay, so consider yung partial sum niya, let's say summation of ar raised to k, k is from 0 to n. So this is equal to a plus ar squared plus and so on up to ar raised to n. Okay? So dapat mapakita natin na ito ay nagko-converge sa real number, or that real number must be a over 1 minus r. Okay? So kapag nag-converge yung partial sum niya, then pwede nating i-conclude na yung series na to ay nagko-converge dito. Okay? Now, so mag-multiply tayo ng r both sides sa equation. So walang mababago doon. Magiging ano lang siya, summation of ar raised to k plus 1, k equals 0 to n. So this will be, mag-start na tayo sa ar plus ar squared plus ar cubed. So nag-multiply kasi tayo ng r sa both sides. So ito ar raised to n plus ar raised to n plus 1. Okay? So walang mababago, equals pa rin yan kasi nag-multiply naman tayo both sides. Okay? Now, kunin natin yung difference nito. So that is ito minus dito. So let's say equation 1 minus equation 2. So kunin natin yan. So that will be 1 minus r summation of ar raised to k, k equals 1 to n. or k equals 0 to n. So this will be, kapag inano mo naman to, kapag dinistribute mo to, that will be summation of a r raised to k equals 0 to n, minus summation of a r raised to k plus 1. So dinistribute ko to, minultiply ko, k equals 0 to n. So ito lang din yon, yung pinag-minus natin to. Okay? And that is, pag minus nga natin, makakancel to, makakancel yung AR raised to n. Ang hindi lang makakancel at yung maiiwan itong A tsaka ito. No? So that will be, so itong A natira mula dito, no? Tapos ito naman ay mula dito sa AR raised to k plus 1, pero merong minus. So ibig sabihin lahat ton na minus na lahat, naka-negative na yan, kaya nga na-cancel, di ba? Okay, so this will be minus AR raised to n plus 1. Okay? Now, so mula dito, pwede nating i-divide both sides by 1 minus r. So dito matitira na lang summation of AR raised to k equals 0 to n, equals a minus a r raised to n plus 1 over 1 minus r. Okay? Now, since yung absolute value of r is less than 1, then kapag kinuha mo yung limit ng r raised to n plus 1, so dito na pumapasok yung sequence of partial sum kasi yung n i-approach natin sa infinity. Okay? So kapag kinuha natin yung limit of r raised to n plus 1 as n approaches infinity, since yung r ay absolute value of r is less than 1, so this will be equal sa 0. So eto, kung matatandaan nyo sa theorem number 2, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, ng lesson number 20 natin. Okay? Now, so since yung limit nito ay 0, then kapag kinuha natin yung limit ng s sub n as n approaches infinity, so that is limit ng ito, ng a minus ar raised to n plus 1 over 1 minus r as n approaches infinity. So this will be a minus 0 over 1 minus r, and that will be a over 1 minus r. So as you can see, yung sequence of partial sum ay nag-a-approach sa a over 1 minus r for absolute value of r less than 1. Therefore, series converge. Okay, or the series converge to a over 1 minus r. So this is done.